So let's let's. Do you want to talk about Kidney?
Getting snubbed from the World Jays?
Well, there's so much debate. You can't say snubbed.
Well, the guys that got cut
we
got
don't
snubbed.
know. Okay, sure. I took. What does snubbed mean? Snubbed means he should
Well,
have.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Snubbed.
from my personal opinion, yeah.
We don't know the extent of the injury.
No,
do you? I know you have.
That was what I was going to say. Was that I don't have any actual hockey analysis on the situation. I couldn't comment on how well he played. I couldn't comment on how well he tried out. We didn't get to see it. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I got to interrupt you. What of a opportunity kind of wasted for U Sports?
Call the boys. We would have done it.
Just gets even. Yeah, sure. Even us.
Yeah.
Just
so we can watch.
You know, if you're TSN, how do you not kind of just chuck that on TV? How do you?
It'd be such a good look for
the talent
to Canada.
Oh my God, U Sports, the best hockey around here. It's better than the Q. Everyone knows that. It's no secret. Anyways, I thought it was there was a tweet out there. I like just wasted opportunity for that. Anyway, sorry. Keep going back to Mr. Kidney.
Yeah. So for me, for my opinion, and there's millions of them out there, as you can see. You know, as a Halifax native, especially now as an East Hants resident, I think, you know, my selfish opinion was that he should have been there. You know, he played in the Summer World Junior team, if I'm not mistaken, where they won gold, which was a weird situation altogether. But, you know, you want to see that local guy. And it seems every year for the last little while we've had a Nova Scotia or a Newfoundlander.
There was a Newfoundlander there.
Yes,
yeah.
Zach Dean.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So it's an extra guy to cheer for. But just, you know, in Halifax, he's a 19-year-old. He's an NHL draft pick. You know, I think he's a guy that you could place. You know, he's a scorer by nature. But I think he's a guy that plays both ends well enough that you could get him in the lineup and play him in a bottom six role, which would then become secondary scoring.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and here's the big thing for me, like I said earlier here, was that I'm an East Hants resident now. To put a guy on a team from Enfield, how many people do you think over the course of the tournament would have searched where Enfield was, other than if they know classified, right?
Yeah.
So that's for me, and I know this, you know, minor hockey in East Hants, I'm involved somewhat in that, and you know, we just don't have as many kids as everybody else to compete. So when you see something like that in real time, I just thought that would be really cool. Think of all the East Hants kids that could have went to the Metro Center and seen him play or watched him play on TV and heard Enfield. You know, like that's where I'm from. So like this can be done. So that's kind of where I think I'm getting a little softer as I get older, is that's my opinion. And like, you know, I got to know his brother over the summer, huge beauty, plays for Acadia, Liam. And, you know, you just want to see local people succeed at the end of the day. But, you know, I'll say it's bullshit. I would have loved to have him on the lineup. But you can say that about any guy that got
I think him and Dumais got a tough bounce, man. They had two guys from the NHL come down, and Wright and Gunther. So that's two spots on the top six taken away by scorers. And then the bottom six, the Oilers draft pick, Reed Schaefer, who plays in the WHL, is like a power forward grinder, and he made it. And like no one ever thought he was going to make it at the start of the year. So that's like, you know, like even Oilers fans like didn't think he was going to make it. So I think Team Canada just went with like a top six of pure skill and then a bottom six of just like grinded out type of hockey. And that's where Kidney and Dumais were like, just kind of got screwed over a little bit in that sense. But I know the personal connection because Peter Delivatore, my buddy, he got cut from it a few years ago. And I remember I was pretty rattled about that. And that was like another Bedford kid, right? So you kind of get like, it just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like whenever you want one guy to make it, they just don't.
Yeah.
Dumais and Kidney were the two guys
I
everyone
see the
wanted.
Dumais part of it just because he'll get another shot or two. And originally he wasn't even on the radar. And the coach said it the best for the Mooseheads. I've never read a better response to something like that. He's like, you know, first off, he never was on the radar. And then he got invited by his hard work. And what he's been doing has been paying off. He's like, he's going to have another shot at it. But I think what you said, too, is like he might come back and just be an even bigger beast.
Yeah.
And I think that's part – I'm not going to say they cut him to test him. But like sometimes you do look back and you go, okay, well, didn't make it this year. How did he play after? You know, did it completely crush him, or did he just like elevate to a level you were like, we made a mistake?
It's just like when you get like dumped by a girl. It's never happened to me, but whenever you get dumped by like a girl, it's just like, you know, how much harder do you work? How much, you know, it's like, all right, I'll show you.
No, you're right.
You don't think I'm worth?
You kind of want to beat the person, especially if you got like competitive blood. You just want to like beat them or like show them like you made a mistake.
Right? You made a mistake. You think you're funny. funny? You think that's that's my livelihood?
You don't want to talk to me anymore? All right. I'll show you what you're missing.
Yeah, you don't want to come over Netflix and chill? Okay, sounds good. Watch this.
What a situation we're in to have to be able to debate about players making the team. They go to a place like Latvia where it's like your top 5 players are automatically on the team. Like, you know who's going to be there. But in Canada, they say it's one of the hardest teams to make in hockey. There's so much talent.
I like what Mason McDonald said yesterday too. Hockey Canada knows what they're doing when it comes to winning hockey games.
Yeah.
They know what their bottom 6 role. We all both know what a top 6 role is, but bottom 6 role, it's a little different.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little different.
It's different these days, too, because even we got to grow up and watch the World Juniors where it was your top 2 lines were scoring, your third line was a mixture of both, and your fourth line was just crashing bodies.
Yeah, you got Jordan Tutu out there back in 2003, just banging bodies.
Exactly. Just out there, dump it up in the air, and by the time the puck lands, you're there to kill him.
Yeah.
It was hit, dump, and kill back then. But the fourth line now is like a guy you want to be defensively responsible, good in the face-off dot, good penalty kill,
Yeah, that breed of hockey player I don't think will ever die. Just the defensive responsibly, defensive response. Jesus, Justin. Defensively responsible. There we go. Yeah. Long day, no food, 2 coffees.
Literally no food. We've been working all day just on all this shit. Just no time to eat today.
I want to go back to the kidney thing for a sec because I forgot about this in my rant. But there's a bunch of guys like, Campbell coached them and Jeff Fraser, who's a big coach in East Hants. He does a ton of stuff, fast pitch, just everything. Yeah. And they coached them. So you can, even when you talk to those guys about this guy, you can see, the passion for them. Not in a weird way, just I guess Jeff, back in the day, the East Hants team, they were sick one year. They won everything. They had, kidney and all these, top prospects. And he was just he dominated back then, but you know how it goes. Back at that age, you can easily digress. When you're the top dog at 13, it's easy to not be. But he continued, and he wasn't always the star player. He still has to grind, and that's what makes me mad about it, was that he could have fit him in my opinion, in the whole lineup. But you can see, a lot of the community are behind him, man. They loved him, or they love him. Sorry.
I just hope I've never met him, but I just hope he's strong, man. That hurts. Your hometown, that I'm sure he went to the Moosehead games his whole life growing up, that Scotiabank Center, Metro Center, however you want to say it. That's an emotional attachment, and it'll never be back. It will, in his lifetime.
He's strong, man.
It just, it'll never be back. I don't know. Maybe I'm not strong. I almost shed a tear for him. Think about it.
It crushed me, and I never even met him. So
you just talk about perfect timing.
Yeah.
And perfect timing, and it just it's a tough one for sure. And I just hope if he's listening, anyone's listening, stay strong. You got brighter days ahead of you.
You'll be
eating protein in Montreal in no time.
I always try to just make my head. I'm just it's just because of the injury. They didn't want to make it worse. Because you can't take a guy that's injured. You just can't.
No.
Right.